Hey everyone, welcome back. Got Maryland with me,
Hi guys.
and we're back to the tournament finals. It's turn 17, and we've got a few messages. We can see there is a lot of flag-on-flag action
Oh yeah.
with not many gray independent flags, so that's how you know we're in the spicy part of the game. Okay, we'll start off with Jotunheim. Vanarus attacking me with quite a lackluster force, even though he's still got a Barb province 2 away from his cap to take. I hope for him he's got something more consistent following behind.
We talked about that Vanarus doesn't seem to have a lot of army left.
Right, because they took that... they lost a big army to that throne, if I recall.
First time.
Yeah.
And then the second time they got it, yeah.
But the second time, I think they still took a fair amount of attrition, because they didn't do it with anything fancy. They just kind of plowed into it.
It was, yeah. It wasn't bad, from what I remember, but it's been a week, so...
Yeah, it wasn't bad, you're right. But it wasn't low attrition. You know, it was like, okay, we took it, it wasn't like a Pyrrhic victory, but, you know, they had to pay the price. Okay, I hope for him he's got something more consistent behind it. Apparently he's had some kind of defensive pact with Mictlan. A bit late for that.
Yes. Yeah. By what, 5 turns?
Oh my god, that's funny. Yeah. With whatever's left of Mictlan. Okay, well, this gives me my next target, I guess. Might want to take things slow. I'm already controlling one of the biggest empires. Will likely attract attention. But that's what Arithma is here for. Time to try out my first Titan. Ooh, spicy.
Okay.
Let's go to Jotunheim. Where is this Titan? I don't even know.
It's just a gauge there. So where is it?
I mean, it should have been out. Dormants will be awake by now, I think, right?
Yeah. I don't see it.
Unless she's sneaking. Ooh.
Oh, there it is. Oh, it's a Scratty.
It's a Scratty, so it's the Rainbow Titan.
Amarantha. Oh.
I think. Do you have the game? You want to pull it up and is it a Rainbow or a Titan chassis or a monster?
I can load something up here. Oh, a sec. Okay, I gotta load a different one. So, I better get the right mods loaded. Oh, that's not working.
It's mostly vanilla. You can just probably pull up a vanilla Jotunheim. While you're pulling it up, he appears to have found Mirror Lake, which is a 1 air, 2 water gem site that gives him the Illusionist.
I just wanted to get the right mods loaded, but I'll just do it just plain.
Yeah.
Oh, no, this is totally wrong. Anyways, just keep looking at things while I...
Okay. Yeah, so anyway, he's got this Illusionist, which... one of the cool things about the Illusionist is it gives Obfuscate, which will basically reduce the army size by 10 of whatever you've got there. So you can have basically stealthy armies running around with Illusionists. It's kind of cool. And Air 2 is just a phenomenal mage. Like...
Yeah.
They're so useful. And especially for Jotunheim. Like, this adds, like, a whole different threat vector. It adds Magic Phase, which Jotunheim normally wouldn't have. And it adds... You can do Air Elementals now in PD defense and stuff. So, pretty significant. Okay, so we've got a battle here with Mictlan, and this looks like Mictlan's last stand at his capital. And this is a meager last stand, if I dare say so. Casting Cheat Fate, which is the very... I mean, it's as poor of a buff as you can have. Like, it's just... I think that means he's probably only at, like, Alt 1.
Yeah, I just don't think he has much choice here. I'm not finding this this chassis.
Okay.
Oh, no, there it is. Oh, that's the Bitch Queen. Oh, okay, you're right. It's the Rainbow Scratty, so 39 hit points. so I don't remember his blast. It'll be interesting to see what he uses it to do, if he's going to fight with it.
Yeah. I guess we have a priest here. No? Oh, a hearse is a priest. No.
No, it's a sacred, not a priest, right?
We can probably intuit. I've forgotten what his bless is, so. Okay, we've got something here.
There it is.
What is he? Oh, he's Sermon of Couraging. Okay. Oh, it's a prophet.
Oh, okay, there we are.
Oh, hello.
Hello?
So he has a true rainbow.
Oh my gosh, he's got no bless.
Yeah, he's just like, I don't even need a bless. I'm just going to get probably one or two different cross paths, I think is what he did.
Yeah, okay, so, but it looks like he's saying he's going to take this scratty contender out to fight. It's a little on the wimpy side, but,
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, you can do a lot with different cross paths. So it's probably got earth on it. It's probably got air.
Yeah, the buffing potential will be massive with just a couple of points of things.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay, he went here. And 10 Eagle Warriors. Yeah.
I guess Mictlan is finished. If you look, I bet you, if we look at the army graph, that's it. He's got no army left.
Yeah. I think you're right. Let's take a look.
Bandar took a little.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
That's 0.
10 guys. So he's got a few magi there alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done. It's all over.
Okay.
Bandar scooped a little.
Yeah, Bandar didn't just vulture. Because he was late to the vulture party. He decided he was going to get in on the action. Mm-hmm. And most likely, we'll see what he says. We don't have a message from him, but most likely was coordinating with Vanarus, because Vanarus had attacked the previous turn.
Yeah. Okay, so the backstabs have started, and well, Pelagia is just probing. But
right.
So Mictlan has nothing left. It's just a case of at his forts. Oh, his capital is already broken.
Yeah.
So that's game over. Is that other fort broken yet? The one south of it?
Yeah. Okay. This very likely is going to be his last turn, I think.
You think so?
That army graph is zeroed out.
Mm-hmm. And really, Jotun got this pretty cheap.
Oh, yeah.
His losses have been more or less insignificant.
Yeah. And getting these forests is nice, too. It means he can do some, emergency surge recruitment if he needs to.
Right. And he probably has pretty good money. And
yeah.
He's got plenty of army there blocking Vanarus, so...
Yeah, he's got a big army here. He's also got a Scrotty, which you normally get one of these when you're ready to use them. So that's going to be a big wild card.
Well, if he's full scales, which is what it looks like, then this is a Scrotty build. It's, years and years ago. Bales was the first one to say, with the Heims, there's an alternative to the big bless, which is run around with Scrotty.
Yeah. And, that should work here. So we'll see. Let's take a look at his army and see if there's anything in here that would be able to kill a Scrotty.
A handful of Jane Baden, some Oathbound.
Not this guy. The Oathbound don't actually hit that hard. The Churdmen are a little scarier. Are these guys the Berserkers?
Mm-hmm. Attack of 11, though. So he could, if he is playing a defense stacking on the Scrotty. I don't know. It's been a while since I've thugged out Scrotty, and
yeah.
The old classic was a Shroud and 2 Berserker axes, and that tended to do the job really cheap.
Yeah. I think you want to put some armor on a Scrotty, but anything will do.
But that was if you had a bless. He has no bless, so he won't be using Shrouds. So we might use some other cheap armor.
Yeah. Right. Shroud. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I meant Shroud of the Battle Saint.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a bless, then an Armor of Knights or something, with a little bit of herb. It's a cheap option.
Okay, so that's what's happening. It looks like there's raiders set up to come here. This was basically Jotunheim pinging what he has here, but did not fully attack.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a stare down over this way. And oh my god. You know what I see?
Oh. Yes. Has slowly moved his forces.
And you remember how last episode we were saying Bandar Log would, like, for them to attack Jotunheim, it would basically be an all-in. Because they didn't really have much armies.
And if Ulm is coming at Bandar...
Yeah, it is a completely naked flank.
And what's Bandar buying? He's buying...
the Bandar...
Yogis.
Yeah, the Bandars is okay against Ulm. It's not a bad thing. You need something to get through that protection. The crossbow's pretty good.
But I'm not seeing white ones or tigers. And
yeah.
That just seems wrong to me. He's got a lot of forts.
And it's just the number. Like, look at this. This is 140 and this is 50.
And there's Ghoul Guardians in there.
Yeah.
I think so those will chop up tigers and white ones. That now, if he had kind of had some indication that Bandar was Ulm was coming, then maybe he is making the right choice, not bothering with white ones, because the Ghoul Guardians will could wreck them pretty good.
Yeah. And the thing is, you know, Bandar gets some interesting buffing they can do at the beginning with, you know, luck and stuff, but that is nothing, honestly, compared to Legions of Steel and Strength of Giants that Ulm is going to get on 200 troops.
Yeah, this is a tough... I have the feel, I'm with you, that this is a tough matchup for Bandar. If it happens the way it looks like, but there isn't much other indication where that army of Ulm can go.
No, I think, like, if you now he probably doesn't see this, because, I mean, what are the odds he has a scout right here? But if you see this, I think this means, I mean, it technically could go for this throne. Like, that is technically a move it could make. You know, but if it were going for this throne, well, which is already taken, it would have come down here. So, and then plus a ton of troops over on this way. Yeah. Oh boy. Did we get any message from these people we're talking about? Nope.
No.
Okay.
So this column, the only one talking to us is Jotun or Vanarus. He sent a message, didn't he?
Right. No, Vanarus didn't. Just Jotun.
No, just Jotun. Okay. So we just have to make our own interpretations on the map from what we can see moving around.
Yeah. Boy. All right.
That's
not a good time to be the monkeys right now. Okay, one more thing before we get off this column. This army, let's take a look at it, Maryland. We've got...
Well, this is what sacreds he has left.
That's really sad to say, but it's true.
And a handful of archers. It's not a very big army. You know, white ones with Bandar, so that's probably a good line as his front line, and he's set up a bait squad way up front, so...
Let's see what his mages are doing. Oh, cheat fate. The poor man's buffing.
Yeah, so he hasn't got a lot yet. But he brought them along, because he might just about be done a key bit of buffing.
I wonder if Jotun would have given this to him if he just asked. Because Jotun's already gotten so much.
I think he would have. I think Jotun would be quite happy to give him those 3 provinces. And call that a happy border, because he's getting 2-3 forts out of the deal. He more or less got all of Mictlan.
Right. And so Vanarus is wanting to attack him. You know what it might be, though? It might be that Vanarus wouldn't attack unless it was with an ally. And Jotun wouldn't give this up unless he was backstabbed by Vanarus.
Well, the big blame Diplo play might be that Bandar just made a token demonstration of force and then is going to negotiate and say, you know, we're not going to bother you anymore. You've got enough on your plate. So we have a little bit and then we'll let you be. That wouldn't be a bad play diplomatically.
Right. I'm not sure if... Do you think that army we just looked at from Bandar could kill this?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I think, and I think the cost would be painful.
Right.
And Bandar does not have the reserves
to
afford Uruk victory right now.
Yeah, if Jotunheim loses this, it's not a big deal.
What does he care? He's got 5 more armies of this size.
Right. If Bandar loses this,
then
he might as well topple the king.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. See, if it was me, if I wanted to make that little threat, then I'd probably take Bandar's army of white ones and tigers and miscellaneous, probe in, and then pull back.
Yeah.
Leave a token bit of PD and just grab a little bit of money for a little while. Like, that's a nice chunk of income if you can hang it for a couple turns.
Yeah, or PD dump it.
Could do that. And leave the trash behind and save his sacreds.
Yeah. The thing is, PD dumps are not very good against Jotunheim. As soon as he gets scrotty, he doesn't, you could have 100 PD, he wouldn't care.
Yeah, I don't think PD is going to stop even that army that we just looked at.
Yeah.
But it's busy sieging, so.
Right. Okay.
Jotun's other armies, but Jotun's fairly fast on the map.
Right. Correct. Yeah, you're right.
He can pull things and. Okay, well, this is an interesting development.
Yep. All right, so we'll head over to Ashdod, gents. I can't recant this turn. I recant this turn. Luck 3 pulling in an iron mine on my Shaman province that's getting forted. We'll see if the luck roller coaster continues.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, he can. It's going to help with troop production.
And a good bit of Diplo.
I formalized my nap 3 with Agartha, made one with Bandar Log.
Okay, so Bandar has secured one border firmly.
That's his. What is that? His southern border? No. Oh, western border.
Yes, northwest. Yeah.
Northwest. Okay, so not even a real border.
No, but then something about also with Vanarus.
Let's actually go over here to this where I can see. Okay, so we got Van to the south.
Yeah, so he's made some agreement.
Stretched out terms of a defensive pact if Van tries to end nap with Bandar Log. Okay. Or to reduce the, or me to reduce. So they're trying to do a defensive pact against Vanheim.
Okay.
Bandar Log seems to want to focus Jotunheim along with Vanarus, but worries about Vanheim. Right now it sounds like Van has naps mostly all around, probably not Jotun though. Was sad to miss out on the Throne of Life. Seems the only plus growth throne in this game. Yeah, a lot of people were planning on that plus growth.
Yeah, so who did grab it? Which one's the Throne of Life? And who grabbed it? Must be on that border between the three of them.
Bandar Log.
Oh.
Wow.
That's nice for Bandar.
Yeah.
Boy. 3 nature gems for Bandar. See,
yeah.
There's a play we haven't seen Bandar do, but he's got the potential for thugging.
Right.
Like, Yaksha thugging is not too shabby, because Rishi are a good astral mage, but garbage is thugs.
Right, right. And you've got good fluff options too with
yeah.
But
he needs his nature summons, his national summons, if he wants to bring out thugging.
Yeah.
But those 3 nature gems are nice for him. And he's forting it. Boy, like you said, he sure is greedy on the forts. What is
oh my gosh. Now? Is he forting this too?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Stop. Stop.
Start making some troops.
This honestly, this happened. It was a different play. This happened in the last tournament.
Did it?
I forget which of the monkey nations it was. But look, there's no lab and there's no temple. Like this is not only is he not having the money really to build to upgrade the fort, to build the labs, to build the temples, but he's he can't make troops. They're not making troops. And
he's broke.
And he's got this force coming at him. And he decides to put a goddamn fort up here.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Who went into the water there, the little pond? Was it Vanarus checking out the pond?
Oh.
Oh, that didn't work.
Lack of poison resistance? Looks like it. Let's see.
Oh, no.
The classic mistake.
Oh my god, that's an expensive failure. And harassment.
Still at 20, so he stacked defense really high.
Boy.
26. Only takes...
But does he fatigue out?
No, not yet. He's getting a little more harassed.
Oh, I see. Who's...
It's a water ward.
Ooh. Oh, his fatigue's creeping up there.
Yeah.
he just,
Oh, there it was, the water strike.
Oh no.
So it wasn't the poison resistance that got him. It was just the fact there was a water mage.
It's that Hydromancer.
Yeah.
That's what did him in.
I thought he was going to get poked and have the poison go through, but nope.
Yeah. No. But those aren't poison. None of those are poison ones.
Yeah, they are.
Oh yeah, they are. You're right. My bad. Forgot about that.
Does the Kraken doesn't.
No. And the sea trolls can't hit anything.
Yeah.
That's the problem with those things. Their attack skills just so awful.
Yeah. Well,
we used to hate, but well, that was an expensive failure. That's 30 gems.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, he gets some benefit of forging costs, but
yeah, we'll come and look at them. Let's finish the Ashdod stuff before we get too off track. Okay, next paragraph. I should finish picking up my pieces of Naba relatively quickly here. We'll try to also pick up the Waste Throne in my southwest. I think ideally Agartha in Ashdod Agartha war into Van is ideal. So he wants these guys to 2v1 Vanheim.
And then poach.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Need to pick up missile troops, starting with Indy crossbows to the north of that Waste Throne. Don't love my Sacred Troop matchup versus Giants versus Elf Cav. So likely to rely on thugs.
Okay.
Picking up Construction 2, Agartha's Magma Children, into Van's Fire Resistance 5 is very good matchup, though.
Well, matchup, I would say, for Agartha is how I'm reading that.
Yeah.
Because 5 FR is not enough for Magma Kids.
Right.
I ran against, with Kalesa, I ran against Magma Kids with 10, and then I threw Marble Warriors on because they are armor piercing.
Right.
So the more you can crank your protection and your fire resist, and even then, my losses of Sacreds were painful.
Yeah.
The attrition, I killed a pile of Magma Kits, but it was just chip damage, and so he's got the same problem, or Van does. The Sacred Cavalry for Vanheim are going to take chip damage from Magma Kits if that plays
right. So, oh my gosh. Okay, so we have the context for this, right? Naba's kind of the sinking ship, getting three-wayed by Agartha, Pangaea, and Ashdod.
And Ashdod has basically said he's going to be very circumspect in grabbing just a little piece of it.
Right. So he's just gotten this stuff over here.
That's probably he's going to stop.
And
Agartha.
Oh my gosh. So Agartha has come in to take the cap.
But I saw a lot of losses here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this is a fair amount of PD. I think you get some of these Great Bow Adite archers as part of PD. I think these might also be part of his troops, though. But these,
they look like they're in a line.
Right.
So they're troops.
Oh, that's right.
He has that front blob, but he's got PD archers in that front blob. So those are the PD, I think.
These are notable for a few reasons, and it's also kind of the same with Hinnom, is these guys have oftentimes better protection than the melee troops. They've got really good armor.
And their short swords hit hard. Attack skills not great.
Right. Their attack and defense are bad, and that's the same with Hinnom. But they have really good protection.
How's their precision?
Normal.
10. Oh, they're not going to... Like those 50 range bows, that's going to chip away.
Right.
But
he's got a lot of guys back here. He might have...
he's going elementals.
Or flaming arrows, maybe. We'll see.
Maybe both. Okay, this looks good.
Okay, let's see.
You want to watch it before we look at the numbers?
Yeah.
So there's a good little bait squad that Agartha threw up forward.
Right, the birds land. We have Phoenix Power going off back here. So the fire mages are buffing up.
He's got Conjuration 3.
Aim getting cast back here by a lot of these mages, and he's got a lot of the Malika. Alright, and they're casting Flare.
And he's getting chip damage through the shark. Oh, he's getting some things on fire.
Yeah, that Flare is doing some work. Yeah, these flares are hitting. That aim, the Phoenix power and aim and then flare is doing some things.
His front line of PD is holding.
Yeah.
Fire elementals, so
Okay, some baby fire elementals coming out.
And a lot of Agarthas just tied up killing PD for now.
Right.
He's shot. He's gonna be running out of fire or running out of ammo pretty quick.
Yeah, let's take a look at these Agarthan units. See. Okay, so not a lot dead at the defenders. But those were not frontline, really. The front line were these Shard Guard. And there's a significant amount dead already, and a lot of them are half HP. Like, if you look, there's a lot that are like 15-something HP.
Yeah. The chip damage of those bows is working.
Yeah.
Getting through.
And it's worth noting, these Shard Guard, they have a buckler, which is a pretty bad shield. Yes. So, it is a shield. It will help with archer fire, but not a ton.
There's a lot of them on fire. So...
Yeah, I forget. Oh, yeah, their Blessed does not have fire resistance. Ooh.
Good play by Naba. Or, yeah, this is Naba,
right? Okay, and
good play. Good play.
And now that they're closing in,
they're holding. With their short swords, they're holding.
Yeah.
And the camels are in.
Oh man, this first squad that's made it in has gotten kind of decimated.
It's being, well, it's flanked too, and then his squads are spread about. Those fire elementals aren't dead.
Oh, we have an Agartha squad that's routed up here as the fire elementals are closing in on the top.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So as long as Naba doesn't rout,
Ooh.
this is a lot of
Sulfur haze back there.
Magma bolts and sulfur haze. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh my.
It's the mages that are doing a lot of this work here.
Yeah, well those magma bolts are just, and there they run.
And there it is.
And a lot of them are not going to get away because they're slow.
Yeah.
Too far from the edge. Yeah, it looks to me like he lost every single Shard Guard.
The world's slowest retreat.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of them are probably limping and crippled and
yeah.
on fire and ouch.
Put in fast forward now.
Well
I think
played.
we know how this ends.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to see the numbers.
Okay.
46 Shard Guards.
Oof.
So that is 10 turns or more, maybe even more than 10 turns of capital only recruitment.
Right, we're only on turn 17, so...
Ooh. So that might be every Shard Guard he's ever purchased. And the Defenders of the Halls.
Yeah, these are pretty resource intensive, too.
And he lost to Golem Crafter.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, basically, this army was basically destroyed to a man.
And Naba lost a few archers and some light infantry and a few camels.
Right.
But the PD is still there.
Yeah.
So, and now we have Pan. Well, maybe that's just that was just a harpy. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I didn't think Pan and Agartha were both going to attack.
Yeah. Importantly, he didn't lose any of his Malika.
No. Well done. I'm impressed. Yeah.
Ooh. But he now has, I mean, he's won, but he doesn't have any moves to make, really. What do you do now?
We know that Pan was able to see that fight.
Right.
So Pan now knows that Agartha just got stomped.
Right.
That put Pan in a really powerful negotiating position.
Right. You know what I think? I think Pan is wanting to be... I forget the term for it. I remember I was reading a book way back when about the Civil War, but they're talking about Lincoln's election, and his plan when he was aiming to win the election, he wanted to be everybody's second pick.
Okay.
And nobody knew about him in the primaries. Like, he was a very unknown candidate. And his whole thing was just going around and getting to be everybody's second pick.
During the primary.
And eventually there was a problem with the first pick. And he may have been a little instrumental in getting that problem to be noticed and realized, or he knew what the problem was. But he didn't, I don't think he even said what the problem was. But his campaign knew what it was. And when the first pick started falling through, this unknown candidate who had kind of gotten the pledges of everybody to be their second pick started kind of becoming the one.
Right.
I think it looks to me, Pan has been very careful, it seems, about, he didn't want to 1v1 Naba, even though he probably could have. He wanted to split it.
Yeah.
He didn't want the big target on his back.
Yeah, he doesn't want to look too big.
Right.
Yeah. Because he's not ready. So he's large.
Right.
Can we quickly look at the province graphs?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's kept himself.
He's number 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And he's taken no losses. In expansion, in his first war.
And 3 nations are effectively out of the game.
Right.
Who's pink?
Pelagia.
Oh, okay, well, we knew that Pelagia is making some play that is a little opaque to you and I.
Right. Well, I think they... Oh, no, they didn't. Okay. That's a future turn, I think.
Okay.
I think next turn or something we get a message from Pelagia. Okay, so this is interesting. But the interesting thing for Pan is because Jotunheim probably doesn't want to get bigger, he's got a safe border here. He's always going to have to be worried about this underwater border.
He's got a throne for the picking.
Yeah, he's got a throne to get.
2 of them.
Oh, man, he would love this.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you he gets these thrones after this and chills out and then lets Jotunheim take the heat for being in position 1, and then maybe he backstabs Jotunheim. I don't know. I think he's just happy with where he is.
Yeah, he could probably just kind of play safe for a bit, little.
Yeah.
Things shake out a little. He might grab a couple more provinces off Naba.
Okay.
Okay.
So this column, we talked about Ashdod. Ashdod's basically... Now, it's going to be interesting. Okay, the one thing we didn't talk about is what's going to happen. What's the fallout of this? The Agartha battle losing.
Who's going to take Naba's capital? Because Agartha's a long time away from doing it again.
Yeah.
He's got a long way to move troops, so it's slow troops. So are they going to leave Naba sitting in his capital, just continue to poke at him, or is Ashdod going to move in and try to take it?
Yeah. And it's a wasteland, so it's kind of enticing for Ashdod. Because, well, I guess they have a wasteland cap too, so it doesn't...
I mean, amongst the 3 of them who have this coalition to eat Naba, I would think they would be negotiating that somebody should park on top of Naba's cap to tie him up.
I think if you do that, though, you take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it'll be Ashdod or Pan, so we'll have to see who gets it.
I think it will be, because I'm just looking at Agartha's, what troops he has around, and there's just not enough.
Yeah. But, it's worth saying that even though he's lost this much, he still has more troops than... I bet you $1 he has more troops than Bandar. I might be wrong.
Well, he lost, looks like about a third. Agartha lost maybe a third of his troops. The issue is the quality that he lost. Because a lot of his other numbers are magma kids, which are good.
Yeah. They're not the same as Shardguard.
So Magma Kid also, if I remember right, they move fairly quickly, and I think you can move them around with your cheap Earth Readers.
Right.
That's how I did it. You could only move, I think, 15 for Earth Reader, but Earth Readers are cheap, and that works.
Yeah, and they take strength buffs real well.
Yeah, and 15 Magma Kids is quite sufficient for raiding.
Right. And you get Iron Skin on your Earth Reader, and you don't have to worry about him getting sniped super easy.
No, there's a number of, like, I played a middle-aged Agartha with Executor, and I won that game by a sneaky Magma Kid rush for the last few thrones.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's cool.
people weren't expecting it, but I was able to get them moving like fairly consistently 2 provinces, whereas so many of your other units are just slow as molasses.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
It was effective, and so I just had, I'd have 2 Earth Readers carrying, it was either 10 or 15 Magma Kids each, and frequently working them in pairs, and then they could cast a little bit of something, and off you go, just grabbing territory.
Yep. Okay. So moving forward, we've got End, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Marilyn, but I think the last thing End had told us was he was wanting to get in on some of this hot vulture action over here with Pythium.
Yeah, but he's too late.
He's too late. So he's kind of got a little bit of troops all over the place. I don't know what he's going to do next. And do we have a message? Oh, we do.
Oh, we do.
I'm starting to mass troops at 83. We'll either go for the Enkidu throne, or we'll intervene in the Pythium war. The last one is the most interesting. Me intervening in the war would make it a 2v1v1. I don't even know what this means exactly, but the objectives are limited. Objective 1, Forted Farm Province. Objective 2, the 2 cave provinces.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
So he's thinking, objective 3, Pythium. Oh my god, that's ambitious.
The capital. And he doesn't want to overextend, okay.
I'm not sure if that's not overextending. Going and fighting Xibalba and Pythium, and Vanarus.
But good call on his research. He is talking about some pretty useful low-lying fruit to give him some good buffs.
Yeah, his troops are going to be pretty good.
I think he's in good shape.
Yeah.
And allowing some of his neighbors, especially Agartha, to pound themselves silly.
But this doesn't... He's saying he wants to get this and this and this. This is what he wants to get. These 3 provinces. And it's the secondary... Like, the final objective would be taking Pythium proper.
Well, that's basically a war with Xibalba, so if that's what he's planning.
And Pythium. I don't know why you would pick both of them to fight with. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Where is this 83 that he's talking about?
This one.
Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. So he's he's talking about intervening there. That's what he's saying.
And he's got some troops, but he doesn't have troops to mess with 25 Vans, I don't think. No. The attack bless he's got will be great for fighting Vans, but...
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
I don't think it's enough.
Who's the player?
He does have some archers, and archers are going to be really good at helping with the Vans, but...
No, so that's J-PAP, yeah. I don't know him.
We'll see. I think just diplomatically picking a war with 2 people doesn't make sense.
No. Well, I guess we'll see how it plays out, because he hasn't committed to anything
yet.
Right, so he can be talking, he could be blowing smoke at us.
Yeah, I do that all the time, where I'm like, I'm going to go fight this person, but then I never do.
Yeah. All right, I'm just going to pour another coffee. Just be a second.
All right. So that's End. Not much happened. Did we finish the End message? Let me see. Oh, we did. Okay. So not much happening there. Uruk, he looks like he's positioning for the throne on 52, but I don't think I have a message from him. And, yeah. Okay, and then Pangaea. We've talked a bit about Pangaea. Looks like they're very happy riding the position too. I don't think there's too much more to talk about. Ulm
is the dark horse at the moment.
Yeah.
We can see him moving troops, but I am not able to determine if he's got a play he's doing.
Yeah, we'll have to see. He got this forest, which is going to give him a shaman.
That's nice.
And he's getting some troops here.
Did he temple and lab that fort down there?
He hasn't yet. He needs to.
But he's not stopped buying troops. So.
Yeah, he's ready. He's getting ready for a fight.
He's taking his time on his infrastructure.
Yeah. Which I think is the way to do it.
Okay.
But I mean, he has 3 forts, so he's got plenty. All the forts he's going to need for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the only question I have is he going to attack this turn, or is he going to wait and then Doomstack on top of it next turn?
Yeah.
I actually prefer, like, if I were him, I would attack this turn. The thing is, if you have a strong enough force to take any reasonable amount of normal PD somebody would put here, better to do it this turn, right? Because next turn, when there's 200-something dudes on the board, Bandar Log's going to know he's about to get attacked. And that will give Bandar Log, and it's an obvious move. Like, obviously, he's going to move on top of this fort. That will give Bandar Log the opportunity to do a PD dump, mass troops, take every mage, like, do a huge defense here. Which may not work, but better to not give them the opportunity by just moving a force on top of this early.
Yeah, I agree with you, because the next move of that large army in the forest is going to telegraph
what
Ulm has planned.
Right. Okay, that's Ulm. Sitis, oh, my favorite, every time. Okay.
Who? Oh.
Pelagia scouts here.
Oh, he just probed it. Okay, so Pelagia is maybe thinking.
Big group here. I think when you move this many guys here, I think that means you're going on top of this fort.
Sure does look that way. Where's his great big Titan now? Sitis's Titan.
At home.
Oh, back home.
Maybe getting gear? I don't know.
Maybe. Does he have any other forts going up? So where's all his gold going? Marshmasters, I guess.
Yeah. You can, I mean, his upkeep is probably getting kind of high too.
Could be.
So it is possible that one fort with just doing a Marshmaster, because Marshmasters are expensive. But doing one every turn, it could be that's going to tap you out.
Yeah, because they're not slow to recruit. Like, they're only 2 commander points, right?
Right. Yeah, they're one of the more expensive non-slow to recruit mages in the game, I think.
Yeah. I don't know what I don't know what he's doing.
Well, I mean, okay, he's going to attack Vanarus, right? This is a pretty televised thing. And his god is going to be able to join this army, because the god's going to be able to move 2 tiles. But this makes a weird thing, because you have position 1, who's Jotunheim. Right now, they're getting backstabbed by... They're 1 turn away from finishing Mictlan. And as that's happening, they're getting attacked by Vanarus and by Bandar Log, trying to, like, kill the number 1.
We had one more message we didn't talk about. Who was that from?
Xibalba.
Xibalba. Oh, okay.
But the people stabbing Jotunheim, one of them is about to get stabbed by Sitis.
That's sure is what it looks like.
Yeah, so that's going to be really interesting, because this whole little coalition against Jotunheim may fall apart like 1 or 2 turns into its existence. Which Jotunheim, of course, would be thrilled about.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Pelagia, not much is happening. You're saying we got a message from Xibalba. Picking up Evocation 2, continuing on. What do you think he's getting Evo 2 for on Xibalba?
Evo 2. Heck is he going for there? Something in water?
So like a cold blast or something? Maybe, I don't know. What's an Evo 2?
Rust mist?
Yeah, I guess he could do that. But that doesn't do damage.
No. It's also kind of... Oh, he talked about... Oh, he wants rain. It's the rain.
Oh.
He said that in his message in order to help him take that throne with the fire magi.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, he's just grabbing rain. That's what that's for. Well, that's a cheap target.
Okay.
It's just a single turn moving out of the way. So it's rain that he's after.
So which throne? Is it this one? Or no? Titan of Heavens, it's not Fire Magi. Maybe it's this one.
Draco Lion. That's the one where somebody... That Draco Lion came flying over top and smacked him.
Yeah. Does he say which throne it was?
I think that was somebody sent a...
Looking at the Northwest throne, 57. With fire gems. Okay. Oh, okay. This is the one that the fire gems, they did mass fire elemental summoning, and that killed all of Uruk's stack.
Exactly.
So he's saying, I'm going to hit this, but I'm going to use rain so they don't make as many fire elementals.
Okay.
All right.
Well, he hasn't got the army there yet to do it, but he's still sieging Pythium.
But we also have not seen the long talked of and much anticipated Divine Emperor Thug.
Yeah. Still haven't seen that.
But this is not trivial to thug against. 25 paralyzing poison. They go berserk. When they go berserk, they're going to hit harder and then...
And hit more.
Yeah.
And Surge.
Yeah. Well, Surge isn't going to help against thugs very much, but...
But they could chop up a thug, I would think.
Yeah. We'll see.
Okay.
I think that's it, man. I think we've covered everybody, haven't we?
Yeah, we've sort of speculated on the ones that we aren't really sure what they're... The only one we didn't really talk about is Van much, except I don't think there's anything to say. He's just finishing up his... he's grabbed what he wanted, and now he's concentrating his forces.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't think there's much to say, though.
Except for his disastrous attempt to take water with a thug.
Yeah. He did take this.
From who?
It's still Indy.
Oh, that was Indy. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so he's just closing off his borders, and he's got that giant mob of vans to scare the willies out of anybody, and nobody can see any of his other vans wherever they happen to be.
Yeah.
And he's in good shape.
All right, so closing question thought for the episode, Marilyn, for you. What would it take to knock Jotunheim out of this position? What is the minimum it would take, you think, to knock Jotunheim out of #1 position? Do you think it's this double team of Bandar and Vanarus, or you think it would take more?
No, I don't think this double team of Bandar and Vanarus is going to do diddly, actually. I think they're going to bounce really hard off Jotun.
Okay, what do you think it would take? Which of the other players would... You think any of the other ones, or you think...
Well, the most dangerous to Jotun would be Pan.
Right.
At this current time. But also, if he could convince Pelagia to raid and distract Jotun, because there's lots of potential for a 4-on-1 or a 5-on-1, or...
Yeah.
If they drew... And Ind has the ability to react. So... He's going to need some good diplomacy. He's going to need some good diplomacy right now.
You know, what's occurring to me is what Jotunheim really needs. It's diplomacy, but it's specifically he needs these other players to get in wars that are not him, because all these first wars are ending, right? And as the second war, like the second phase of wars starts, he doesn't want everybody to pick him.
Well, if we think about who has the ability to still commit and hasn't committed, Pelagia is not committed to much.
Right.
Sidis is not yet committed to anything.
Right.
Pangaea is actually free to change his direction at any moment.
Right.
He's got speed. He's got stealth. So those are the three that potentially could commit towards containing Jotun.
I mean, Ashdod could, but their stuff's all on the wrong side. It's going to take them 5 turns to get their army over here.
Yeah, and he's still a little bit busy because now there's that whole question of what's going to happen with Naba's capital.
Right.
But, you know, the issue is that if Pangaea was to make a rush on Jotun and grab up some quick provinces, suddenly Pangaea becomes the one that everybody's going to want to look at ganking.
Right.
So that definitely suggests to me that the two free to act to contain Jotun would be Pelagia and Isitaris.
Yeah, I think that's a good assessment.
That's kind of my assessment, just looking at the out.
And maybe Xibalba, but
Xibalba he's gotten himself more than a few goals that are still underway.
yeah, he wants to get this throne and some other things. So you're right. He's not going to be doing anything super soon. I think that's a good assessment, Marilyn.
Yeah, that's how it looks to me.
All right, folks. Well, that's the end of this episode. So thank you all for joining us. And thank you, Marilyn, for joining me.
You're most welcome. Yeah, thank you. We'll move on to turn. I'm itching to look at turn 18, but I know we can't do it right now. So.
All right. Well, you and I are going to do it because we're going to switch to recording it. But for you guys, it'll be the next episode. So.
Yeah, exactly.
See y'all then.
Bye-bye.